There was an incident with the pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, James is on his way to the hospital right now.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times musicians almost died on stage or on tour.
I almost died!
You look like the witch. You're this.
For this list, we'll be looking at near-death experiences or accidents that reportedly occurred to musicians while performing on stage and/or while they were on tour. Know of any musical close calls we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Elevator snafu. Ariana Grande. Hey, we get it. Having a killer stage setup is part of the package when you become a pop icon. Bringing an amazing show to the masses is the job. Unfortunately, those moving parts can sometimes malfunction and result in some potentially deadly consequences. Ariana Grande learned this firsthand during her honeymoon tour in 2015 when part of a lift snapped, threatening to crush the diminutive singer against the stage.
Okay, so the wooden thing breaks and goes like this and starts, and I'm like, whew! I'm about to be crunched by mechanical, by metal shit and my wood and stuff.
Thankfully, Grande's quick-thinking guitarists helped her up in time, and the singer avoided any major injury. But this incident could have easily been way worse.
I almost died!
You look like the witch. You're this.
Number 9. Set Ablaze. Michael Jackson. It's one of the most infamous events ever to take place on the set of a soda commercial. The time Michael Jackson was accidentally set on fire. Okay, so the stage in this case was constructed specifically for the commercial shoot, but there was an audience full of extras and an extravagant production budget to make this Pepsi ad feel just like the real thing. Unfortunately, the pyrotechnics that were planned were a little too intense and set the King of Pop's hair ablaze. The damage to Jackson's scalp was so severe that he required surgery. As for the damages won by Jackson in his subsequent lawsuit against Pepsi, they were donated to a medical center.
You're the Pepsi generation.
Number 8. Crushed. Curtis Mayfield. Outdoor concerts can often be a crapshoot, with unforeseen delays resulting in shows having to be moved or rescheduled at a moment's notice. Honestly, this is what probably should have happened with Curtis Mayfield and this tragic outdoor gig from 1990. Stormy weather was on the horizon, and the show's organizer, Senator Martin Markowitz, reportedly decided to push Mayfield's setup early in hopes of getting at least a couple of songs in before the wind and rain set upon the crowd. The Soul Legends band had barely been introduced when part of the lighting rig was torn down by a wind gust, crushing Mayfield in the blink of an eye. Although Curtis survived the incident, he was left paralyzed below the neck. Number 7. Smoke on the Water. Deep Purple, Frank Zappa, and the Mothers of Invention. Smoke on the Water features one of classic rock's most recognizable riffs, and one of its most infamous backstories. Deep Purple were recording at a casino in Montreux, Switzerland, and decided to take a break and check out a gig by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention over at the Casino Theater. During the show, a member of the audience fired a flare gun that set the ballroom ceiling ablaze, destroying the band's gear and putting nearly everyone's lives at risk. Although there were no fatalities, Purple now needed a new place to record. It was during these sessions that Smoke on the Water was born, detailing all of these crazy events in the song, while becoming an all-time rock anthem in the process. Number 6. Pyroblast. James Hetfield of Metallica. Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Faith No More. It was a dream bill for hard rock and metal fans that became a reality back in 1992, but it turned into a nightmare for Metallica frontman James Hetfield. The band's impressive pyrotechnic display was set to go off at certain planned moments throughout the co-headlining tour. On the night of August 8th in Montreal, however, Hetfield became confused as to where his mark was on the stage, resulting in the guitarist walking straight into a wall of flame.
The pyro guy doesn't see me that I've walked back out there. A big colored flame goes right up under me. and instantly I, squint and turn.
Hetfield suffered second and third-degree burns as a result of the incident, and fans rioted when Guns N' Roses didn't go on any earlier to replace Metallica's departure and cut their own set short for good measure.
There was an incident with the pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, James is on his way to the hospital right now, and we're very sorry, but we can't continue the concert for you guys tonight.
Number 5. Glitter cannon fail. Otto Schimmelpenninck van der Oye of Delane. A stage cannon that shoots glitter can't possibly hurt anyone, right? Well, not if you're Delane bassist Otto Schimmelpenninck van der Oye, who was whacked from behind with a shot from the cannon so hard that it damaged his genitals. This heavy metal tough guy soldiered through the set and an encore before finally making his way to the hospital, where he sat in the waiting room in agony before finally being seen by a doctor for his ruptured testicle. A few hours later, Schimmelpenninck was in surgery, getting some extensive work done on his gentlemanly parts. Honestly, we're amazed that he made it through one song, never mind an entire set. So let's throw a set of devil horns in the name of this badass. Number 4. Stage electrocution. Nick Lowe of Brinsley Schwarz. The next entry on our list is a type of stage accident that has sadly claimed the lives of far too many unsuspecting rock stars. We're talking about electrocution, usually from improperly grounded or wet wires on microphones or equipment. One such incident proved fatal for Stone the Crow's guitarist Les Harvey in 1972. Thankfully, Nick Lowe survived his encounter with an electrified mic stand while playing with English pub rock band Brinsley Schwarz. Lowe can thank his keyboardist for the save, as the bandmate kicked Lowe away from the stand.
At just about midnight, they decided to call it a day.
Although Bob Andrews was apparently aiming for the mic itself, it proved a lucky move, as onlookers reported that the move restarted Lowe's heart. Number 3. Double heart attacks. Tiny Tim. Ask any professional musician and they'll likely tell you that they thrive on performing. It's in their blood. Oftentimes, bands will continue to perform long into their later years, running the risk of serious injury or even death due to overexertion. Sadly, this was the case with Tiny Tim, who ignored an onstage heart attack while performing at a Massachusetts ukulele festival in 1996. His performing days should have ended there, but Tim ignored doctors' advice and his own medical history of diabetes and heart trouble, taking the stage again just weeks later. It was during this benefit show that Tim had a second heart attack, this one fatal, collapsing shortly after leaving the stage. Number 2. Brain drain. Bill Berry of REM. We imagine that having an accident on stage has got to be a harrowing experience, but Bill Berry of REM didn't just trip or fall. He had a freaking brain aneurysm. Berry played for over an hour while on tour in 1995 promoting the band's Monster LP before what was described as an acute headache led the drummer to collapse behind the kit. The band was in front of a huge crowd in Switzerland, but Berry's health issues resulted in cancelled tour dates while he recovered from surgery. Thankfully, there were no major complications or internal bleeding, but it was a scary moment for one of alternative rock's most popular bands. Before we name our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Blow up during My Generation, The Who. An appearance on the Smothers Brothers variety show turns legendary. Jump for Joy and Pain, Watsky. An ill-advised Warped Tour jump from the stage. Pyromaniacs, Rammstein. Don't you know you shouldn't play with fire, boys? Falling, Pink. An aerial mishap results in a hospital stay. Number 1. Moon the Loon, Keith Moon of The Who. Hey, did you ever dream about getting on stage to jam with your favorite band? We bet that you wouldn't want it to be under these circumstances, though. Thomas Scott Halpin was just a fan watching The Who perform during their Quadrophenia tour when the legendary Keith Moon collapsed behind the drum kit, twice.
We're just going to go revive our drummer by punching him in the stomach.
Turns out the classic rock icon and drummer extraordinaire indulged in a too potent mixture, putting him down for the count after a second attempt by roadies to revive him failed.
Can anybody play the drums?
Enter Halpin, who was drafted from the audience and ended up finishing out the set with Moon's bandmates. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.